I think art is at its best when it's slow, when we can revisit it. It is a vast medium of thinking through all kinds of ideas. Art is something that can be dwelled upon, interpreted, reinterpreted, thought through, engaged, and actually disliked, pushed at. So I really see art as a way of giving form to mass interpretations. The idea of interpreting what you see, whether that is an abstract object that sits on a prominent street, is part of the critical thinking we all have to do.
So Michelle Grabner is an artist who's based here in Wisconsin, and she's kind of a polymath. She's an educator, she's a writer, she's a prolific studio artist, working in a huge range of mediums from painting, works on paper, small and large-scale sculpture, and she's a really rewarding artist to kind of explore and follow what she does. So when we're looking at the untitled bronze piece from Michelle's first involvement with Sculpture Milwaukee, we're seeing a woven blanket, and it's almost has this gravity to it where there's an unseen kind of space where maybe hands are holding it up. So we see the gravity pull down, we see kind of this invisible form holding it. Maybe it's the artist. And when you take a blanket and you lift it up, it changes the form of the blanket. Usually a blanket is something that is giving us comfort and warmth. And when you make it rigid and metal, it's representing something else. It changes that basic function of a blanket. So there's a lot of different ways of seeing it, and there's no wrong way of seeing that work.
Now it has a home on the river in the 3rd Ward. So that was my first engagement with Sculpture Milwaukee. The exhibition this year is really exciting, and I'm happy to say I'm participating with 3 large-scale bookends. We're looking at bookends, very, very common. We know what they are. 9 feet tall. They'll be located in different locations downtown.
By changing the scale of this common object, I think there's a certain humor, there's an unexpectedness. You can think about the bookends being large and, what are they now containing, or what are they holding up? For us, it's the bookends of our exhibition. So one will be on at the Milwaukee Public Library, and the other will be right near the shores of Lake Michigan, which both on Wisconsin Avenue, and they kind of contain our exhibitions. Making something very common and familiar extra large, it can give it a certain prominence, but can also make us as the viewer feel small and a little bit more humble, and we can kind of, it changes the scale of how we see, I think, the other things around us in the city. They hopefully welcome people into some of the ideas and language of contemporary art in a really accessible and fun way.
What's important about these works, and what's important, I think, with all of my work, is we're able to name them. They're familiar to us. We can say bookend, or we can say Afghan or blanket. Also to be able to understand bookends not just as supporting the imaginative large-scale book, but what else can they support? Or to think about the idea of support or leaning as a social project. What do we need to support us as individuals, as people, as a community? So they don't have to be literal. They can be, and there can be enjoyment in identifying them as bookends, but hopefully we can think about them abstractly as well. It may be recognizable, we may understand it, but hopefully if there is repeated viewing, we start to see it differently. That will also ask us to see the things in our daily life, those common things like that bookend, to look at it, to see its repetition, to see it move from the home, the domestic, into the public realm. What do those shifts mean, and how can we see those things that we know or feel we know really well anew?
Thanks for watching the Arts Page. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories of art in our community.